Although there are many verbs you need to know in Italian to speak it fluently, today I'm going to list 10 verbs you absolutely need to learn if you're starting to learn Italian. Ciao a tutti and welcome to my channel. My name is Stefano and I am an Italian teacher. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing if you don't want to miss any future video that I will upload. On my channel, I upload video lessons about grammar, but I also make vlogs. So if you would like to see what Italy is like and explore Italian cities with me, just subscribe to my channel. I think you'll love it. In today's video, we will look at 10 very important verbs that you need to know in Italian, especially if you are starting right now. I mean, we are in January, we are making New Year's resolutions, so if you want to learn Italian, you are in the right place. And also, if you would like to learn Italian from scratch, I have an Italian course that you can find on my website, but more on that later. So let's start with the verbs. Now, most of these verbs are actually irregular. This is because the more a verb is common in a language, the higher the chance that verb is gonna be irregular. But no worries, we will go over the conjugation of these verbs, and I will also give you some practical examples so that you can better understand how to use them. Now, let's start with the first verb, andare. Let's start with the conjugation in the present. Io vado, tu vai, lui, lei va. Noi andiamo, voi andate, loro vanno. Now, let's use it in a sentence. Vado in palestra 2 volte alla settimana. Vado in palestra 2 volte alla settimana. Or for example, another very useful sentence would be dove vai? Dove vai? Dove vai? Remember that the verb andare in Italian is used when the movement takes place far away from the person that is speaking and also the person you're speaking to. So for example, if I say vado a Roma, I go to Rome, I'm using the verb andare because Roma is far away from me, but it is also far from you. But if you happen to be in Rome right now, I wouldn't use the verb andare, but I would use venire instead. Let's look at the conjugation of venire in the present. Io vengo, tu vieni, lui, lei viene. Noi veniamo, voi venite, loro vengono. So in this case, I would say vengo a Roma if you were in Rome. This is because the place I'm going to is actually where you are right now. Now let's look at this sentence. Quando vieni in Puglia? Quando vieni in Puglia? Now here I'm asking you, when are you coming to Puglia? And since I am in Puglia right now, I'm going to use the verb venire. Now this verb is also very important for the expression da dove vieni? Da dove vieni? Where are you from? Where do you come from? And I would say vengo dall'Italia. Vengo dall'Italia. I come from Italy. Now let's talk about the verb fare. Fare, that means to do, to make. Fare is one of the most versatile verbs in Italian. It is used for so many different things. Let's look at the conjugation of this verb in the present. Io faccio, tu fai, lui, lei fa. Noi facciamo, voi fate, loro fanno. Let's look at a few practical examples. Che fai? Che fai? What are you doing? Or che fai domani? Che fai domani? What are you doing tomorrow? Or faccio una torta. Faccio una torta. I'm making a cake. Now let's look at our first modal verb in Italian, the verb potere. Potere means can, kind of. Let's look at the conjugation in the present. Io posso, tu puoi, lui, lei può. Noi possiamo, voi potete, loro possono. So technically, as I said before, the verb potere means can. However, it's not exactly like that. We use the verb potere when we are talking about permission or external circumstances. If you want to know more about this topic, you will find a video on my channel, so I will just leave the link for the video in the description box below. But now, let's look at a few examples. Posso avere un bicchiere d'acqua? Posso avere un bicchiere d'acqua? In this case, we're asking for permission to have a glass of water. Non posso uscire oggi. Non posso uscire oggi. I can't go out today, probably because I don't have permission or there's an external circumstance that prevents me from going out today. And now, a very useful sentence. Scusami, puoi ripetere? Scusami, puoi ripetere? In this case, I'm asking you if you can repeat, so this sentence is very, very useful if you didn't understand what the person you were talking to said. Now, let's talk about the verb riuscire. That means to be able to. Riuscire. Its conjugation is a little tricky, but if you know the verb uscire, that means to go out, then you already know the conjugation of the verb riuscire. So basically, you conjugate the verb riuscire as uscire, but you just put the ri in front of it. Let's look at the conjugation in the present. Io riesco, tu riesci, lui, lei riesce, noi riusciamo, voi riuscite, loro riescono. Now, compared to potere, riuscire is more about the physical or mental ability to do something. For example, riesci a guidare stasera? Riesci a guidare stasera? Can you drive tonight? So maybe your physical abilities are compromised because your leg hurts, so you're gonna use riuscire. Or for example, non riesco a venire alla festa. Non riesco a venire alla festa. I can make it to the party. Again, if you're interested to this topic, you will find everything in the video that I suggested earlier. Now, let's talk about the verb sapere. Sapere, to know. Let's look at the conjugation. Io so, tu sai, lui, lei sa. Noi sappiamo, voi sapete, loro sanno. The verb sapere has two different meanings. To know a fact and also to know how to do something. For example, sai a che ora apre il ristorante? Sai a che ora apre il ristorante? Do you know at what time the restaurant opens? So I'm asking you if you know a fact. Or, sai nuotare? Sai nuotare? No, non so nuotare. No. Non so nuotare. In this case, I'm asking you if you know how to swim. And you say, no, I don't know how to swim. I can't swim. So we're talking about an ability. Now, I've got another very, very important verb for you. The verb dovere. That means must or to have to. Let's look at the conjugation. Io devo, tu devi, lui, lei deve. Noi dobbiamo, voi dovete, loro devono. For example, devo partire alle 9. Devo partire alle 9. I must, I have to leave at 9. Or, quando devi tornare a casa? Quando devi tornare a casa? When do you have to go back home? And now let's talk about another verb that you probably already know in the conditional. The verb volere. Volere means to want, and I'm sure you already know vorrei. Vorrei, that means I would like. But now let's conjugate this verb in the present first. Io voglio, tu vuoi, lui, lei vuole. Noi vogliamo, voi volete, loro vogliono. For example, voglio mangiare una pizza. Voglio mangiare una pizza. I want to eat a pizza. But if you want to use it in the conditional, just go for it. For example, vorrei una carbonara, grazie. Vorrei una carbonara, grazie. I would like a carbonara, please. And you can use this sentence at a restaurant, for example. Now, let's talk about the verb stare. Let's look at the conjugation. Io sto, tu stai, lui, lei sta. Noi stiamo, voi state, loro stanno. Although this verb actually means to stay, it is very, very important for one specific expression in Italian that I'm sure you already know. Come stai? Come stai? How are you? And then you can say something like, sto bene, grazie. Sto bene, grazie. I'm good, thanks. Of course, now that you know the conjugation of the verb stare, you can also ask how other people are doing. For example, come sta tua nonna? Come sta tua nonna? Or come stanno I bambini? Come stanno I bambini? And finally, come state ragazzi? Come state ragazzi? And now I've got a reflexive verb for you that probably you already know, but let's look at the verb chiamarsi. Chiamarsi, to be called. Let's look at the conjugation in the present. Io mi chiamo, tu ti chiami, lui, lei si chiama. Noi ci chiamiamo, voi vi chiamate, loro si chiamano. This verb, of course, is used to ask for somebody's name. For example, ciao, come ti chiami? Ciao, come ti chiami? Mi chiamo Stefano. Mi chiamo Stefano. But now that you know the conjugation, you can also ask for other people's names. For example, come si chiama tua madre? Come si chiama tua madre? Mia madre si chiama Felicia. Mia madre si chiama Felicia. Alright, we are done for today's list. Now, before I let you go, I just want to remind you that I have an online course for beginners available on my website. This is a self-paced online course divided into 20 units. The course lasts approximately 5 to 6 months, and it covers everything you need to start learning Italian. You've got grammar, listening exercises, writing tasks, reading, and much more. You will also find cultural videos completely in Italian to learn more about our culture. You can visit the course page on my website teacherstefano.com to learn more. And of course, if you have any questions, just let me know in the comment section down below or just send me an email to hello@teacherstefano.com. I would be extremely happy to assist you with any questions you might have. And now I hope you liked this video, and if you did, don't forget to give it a like, and I'm going to see you in the next lesson. Ci vediamo nella prossima lezione. Ciao!